Good afternoon, everyone. It is Swelly again, and I welcome everybody to a beautiful Friday afternoon. So, we are resuming back to the DMs. Questions that you ask us in DMs. This is very, this topic that I'm about to discuss is very passionate. I'm very passionate about it because it's from experience that I'm going to narrate these things that a lot of us do not know. And it's the problem of Nigerians and our love for certificates. We love certificates in this part of the world. And so the first, after students have asked their regular question, the next thing they are asking is, am I going to get certified after the class? Yes, you are going to get certified after the class, but it's beyond certificates. I hope we realize that education should be beyond certificates. And that's where we've got it wrong in the past 20, 30 years in this part of the world. They told us that we all need the certificates to become successful. Look around you. How many people have certificates and they are so unsuccessful? And I know before you say that success is relative, of course, success is relative, but I believe that success is is measured by growth. Those who are those who you have been able to lift out of whatever issue that they have, and the functionality of your own self, how you are able to function because you have that education that are giving you the certificate. So I want us to discuss three things that I believe that education should do for us and that some of us do not even bother to ask. And I'm saying this because most of our students, those who want to join our class, are mostly core members, those who are currently serving, those who are fresh graduates, those who have just left school, they've not gone for NYC, and those who are about leaving, finishing, or concluding, rounding up their NYC program. And I understand that period is very dicey because you are so unsure of the future and you are scared. And so this video is for you to know that your education must do three things to you. It's beyond certificates. Your education must do three things to you. And the first thing education must do to you is to make you function. Your education must be functional because you have gone to school. You have to function like you have gone to school. So what I'm trying to say is, if you have, say for instance, this is a DSTV remote control that you have with you, and you're trying to change it to 154, you're supposed to just press 154 and it takes you straight to African Magic where you want to go. But when you begin to eat your certificate, it means that the remote control is not functioning. I think that's how a lot of us are fresh from school. We are not really from, we don't know. We just think that it's certificates that will make us succeed outside the four walls of the university or polytechnic or wherever. Do you understand? So your education must make you functional. You must function well because we able to pay. That's what I'm trying to say. You must be able to function well because you have gone to school. You must not think like everybody because you have gone to school. So don't let us be crazy about the certificate itself because certificate itself in the real sense cannot help us if we ourselves are not functioning. Do you understand? And the second thing that your education, which is perhaps the most important thing, is that your education must be able to solve problem. Problem solving education. And if you ask yourself, what are the problems that we are trying to solve in 21st century in Africa as a whole and Nigeria in particular? I think it's the problem of poverty. And what is poverty? So poverty is inability to provide basic things of life, like food, like clothing, like shelter, like data, like being able to buy a phone for yourself. Basic things. Do you understand? Basic things. And basic things now, before they tell you it's food, clothing, and shelter. Now, even having a mobile phone is a basic thing. Having data on that phone is also a basic thing. And whatever it is that you know that, for instance, buying a sanitary pad for yourself is also, as a young baby, is also a basic thing that you must be able to afford. And you can only be able to afford that if your education has solved the problem of poverty. So when you come to a culinary school, a culinary class, what is the aim? What do you intend to achieve? Do you just want to come again and have that certificate and let it just pile down? Because now you have, say you have your OND certificate, you have your HND, you have your NYSC, you have other things that you have done. Are you now functioning? What are those certificates? What are they going to do to you? So that's where I think they didn't take most of, maybe some, but when we were in school, they didn't really teach us life beyond the four walls of the university. So it was a bit strange when we got into the real world. It was very strange for us. Some of us just needed to, take a seat back, try over and over again and see how do I get this thing done. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? And so what I'm saying is that your education should be able to solve your problem, whatever problem that you have, but most importantly, problem of poverty. Because when you are poor, so knowing that coming to a culinary school, don't just come and get their certificate. Ensure that you want to come and also be able, because you have learned that you want to be able to solve a problem. And the third one is development oriented education. You have to develop because you are going to school. And I know that a lot of people say these days, those who have not even gone to school, some people brag and say, well, I've not gone to university, I'm not a graduate, but now I'm employing somewhere. And it is true. We are seeing these things with our eyes. Some people have not gone to school, but hello, they are employing graduates. They are employing graduates. They have the resources to employ graduates. Whatever it is that they are doing in their shops, in their offices. I mean, I think we all remember the last time that Dangote was looking for a driver. We heard that some PhD holders too, also dropped their certificates. This is where we have gotten to in this part of the world. So I'm just saying this for our students to say, I know that sometimes I tell some students, say, are you sure you're not just coming to Swelling Culinary Arts just for certificates? I don't want to hand over certificates to students just to say certificates. You must be able to use the knowledge. It's beyond certificates. I would have been more relaxed if most of you who want to join the class are not graduates, but most of you are already graduates, and it's because you don't have a job that some of you want to come to a culinary school. So I get it. So if you now want to come to a culinary school, because if you are not careful, if you just come and get certificate again, if you think that, oh, I'm unable to succeed in the food business, then what else? You leave that one. You go and do another program again. You go and do another program again, start all over again. And if you begin to do that, if you look back in 10 years, what you are just going to have, you are just going to have stacks and stacks of certificates, and you are not functioning, and you're unable to solve the most important problem, which is the problem of solving poverty. So I'm also going to make, I think if you end this video today, so it doesn't become too long. So the next video, we're also going to be discussing things that I feel that you should know before joining a culinary school. It's beyond, I want to know how to make rice and beans, spaghetti bolognese. It's beyond these things. It's the functionality. At the end of this class, I want everybody to know that it's the functionality of the education that you have gotten. It's the way that you are able to solve problems. And I repeat, problem of most importantly of poverty. And then development oriented education. So thank you very much for listening or watching this video. I'll make another video to discuss more things, information that we have on our DM. So have a beautiful weekend, and I'll see you on Monday. Bye.